Welcome back to FPL Faff with Jez, Jack, and Jim. I'm Jez.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jim.
This week was the week of shit penalty takers. Oh my God. Kevin De Bruyne is the worst player I've ever seen.
No, he's not, but that was excellent with him missing. Jez, what the hell are you on, man?
It was a miss, though, wasn't it? It doesn't happen often. For it to not even be a save was what I was surprised about. He completely dragged it wide. It was one thing I liked, and I was flicking on Twitter afterwards. His face when he turned around and missed the pen. It was like GIF culture. Like, it was very, very funny.
Yeah,
it epitomizes his season so far and Man City's season so far. It was excellent. It was excellent. I didn't care about that fixture at all, really, except for Mo's goal.
Obviously, I was pretty happy with that result, considering Liverpool didn't play that well.
No, that was shit.
You know, I
don't think it was a good game. All in all, I remember watching it thinking, I'm kind of looking forward to this one being done, really. Actually, do you know what? I was looking forward to the Arsenal game, which was following afterwards.
Yeah. How was that?
I was looking forward to it, and it did not disappoint.
It was
I love seeing
brilliant.
Arsenal get dicked.
Do you know, I went in with two minds. I obviously wanted Arsenal win. That was as soon as two minds when John McGinn scored in the first minute. Put it in the back of the net. I'm thinking, crap. I knew I should have stuck with him. Luckily, I was spared my blushes. It got ruled out, and then I was from that point. I was just hoping that obviously Arsenal would win, but it would be a Grealish show. And he ended up coming up with an assist. But it was an awful game for Arsenal. They were so bad. Start to finish.
So bad.
They're a bad team. I keep telling you guys every week, Arsenal are not a good team.
No,
they're not.
They are. They just haven't got the rhythm yet.
The thing is, Arsenal have good players in the team. They do. But they don't play a formation that's conducive to good football for them.
Yeah, it makes no sense. Saka's own goal, that's so sad.
Oh.
Yeah. It was funny. It was funny to watch. Sorry, Jack.
Let's speak about Ollie Watkins.
Ollie Watkins, Jesus.
He came up a few weeks ago when he bagged that hat-trick. He was on it again on the weekend. We talked about it a few weeks ago, and then he dropped in value after, I think, a week after scoring his hat-trick, and now he's bagged again. He got a brace, didn't he not?
Yeah.
He got a brace.
He
but
did.
You look towards their fixtures, and it's one of those where he's less than 6 million. He becomes massively interesting.
No, he really is. I had him in for 5.9, and I took him out. Mistake.
Huge mistake.
Because he's like, if you've got
Jim,
Grealish,
you are the value king, and you have lost out on that one. I'm surprised.
Yeah, no, I mean, I got him out when he was 6, so. But no, I still would have had 5.9. But yeah, so it was the same. I brought him in for the same as I got him out because he wasn't able to go up. If he went up, what is he, 6.1 now? I think. So yeah, I would have gone up 0.1. But like, I'm on 103.5 right now.
That makes me sick.
I was because I've just made a transfer. Might have been a bit rash. But
Rash Ford?
Yeah, no, sadly not. I would go in for that. I would go in for Rashy Boy because I don't want to regret not having him in my team, and I think I will. But no, so my value was 103.6. And
how? Bloody hell.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know who was the last one that went up. I think I'm just double checking who it could possibly be now. But it's going to take a while. I don't know. It just went up overnight.
So my guesses will be
money
on Harry Kane,
Chilwell, Zuma, Kilman. Everyone I've got in my team have made money.
Yeah, well, to be fair, they all went up this week, so that's 0.4 right there. Wow.
Yeah, they all went up. So yeah,
wasn't Zuma 0.2, or did he just got? Was it 0.1?
He's 5.3 now, so he's gone up 0.1, I think.
I think it was 5.2 at the start of the week.
Yeah. Wow. So it might have been Zuma.
On topic of Chelsea, they're scoring goals left, right, and centre.
They are.
I've just got Chilwell in. I'm very interested in that, and he's already gained value since I've got him.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know what, Jack? I'm listening to you from a few weeks ago when you said I don't care about his defensive returns. He's going to be flying forward and sticking balls in. He's looking like Andy Robertson 2.0 at the moment.
He's looking great. I mean, Chelsea are looking great. Chelsea can't go a game without scoring at least 3 goals. Yeah, I'm looking immediately at what they can do in the midfield. I mean, even with Havertz out with COVID, you got someone like Ziyech who has just come into that spot and completely
crushing it,
filled it and more. Like the guy's a wizard. But yeah, Chilwell,
he's crushing it.
He really is. He's a great price point. He'll be so expensive next season. But he does come round. If he's not taking corners, he's in the box trying to get on the end of it, which he did on the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Ziyech. I think he's great to have in his team. Ziyech.
Yeah,
Ziyech. I don't know how you pronounce his name. All I can tell you is that he is in my team.
Well done.
Very good.
Jez, on that note, who have you got in? How many transfers have you made? You love a transfer. You love minus points. What have you done?
I do love minus points. Minus points and the name Jez, they just go well together.
They do.
Look, for those of you who don't know me, I am a mid-table finisher at best. I really thought I was going to be having a good season this year. Shut the fuck up. I really thought I was going to be having a good season this year, and here I am, mid-table and burning points like an idiot. That being said, I now have the best team that ever existed. You heard it here first.
This is gold. This is just gold.
So I'll tell you the transfers I make, and then I'll read you through my team list for this week. So I got rid of Tyreek Mitchell before his price went down. So
Smart.
he was at 4.2. I made 0.1 on him with the transfer. Mm-hmm. Great. I've got in Chilwell for him.
Mm-hmm.
I got rid of Sadio Mane, even though he got an assist at the weekend. I just think he's a little bit expensive. He's been doing okay. He hasn't been doing shit, but that's a lot of money going in there,
mm-hmm.
and that's been reinvested in Ziyech. And Jack Harrison gone. Not a real loss there. He'll do something every now and then,
mm-hmm.
but fine. Jack Grealish, the turn-up king, has entered my squad, already gained value. He's going to score 6 goals at the weekend and get 3 assists.
Nice. That's
a very, very good set of transfers.
Very
Gotta be said, very nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Look, I was looking at that, and if I didn't make those transfers and take the -8 hit, I wasn't going to be able to have this team next week because, as I just said, 2 of those players have already gone up in value. I expect that they might go up another 0.1 because obviously we've got another week in between. That's a lot of time in between for people to transfer those players in and out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
it just had to happen.
Yeah, and do you know what? I give you a bit of stick taking minus points, and I know I love that you take minus points, but for the long run, they are excellent transfers. Transfers.
They are great transfers. They really are. And you're right. You had to make them because otherwise the price rises would have messed it all up, and it just wasn't worth taking that risk.
Would I preferred you to have waited a little bit too late so I can listen to you moan? Absolutely. But,
sure.
Let's see how it goes.
Well, now you're going to listen to me moan when both Ziyech and Grealish get injured for the weekend and Chilwell gets sent off.
Yeah.
Are you worried, though, that you've made those changes and there's still 12 days left until the next game week? Like, what if they get injured during international week?
I'm not that worried. I think it's going to be okay. I mean, look, Grealish isn't going to go near the England squad and play any minutes anyway because Gareth Southgate hates him.
Fair.
Look, it's a game of chance. You just have to take a punt every now and then.
You do.
I'm taking a punt.
I took
worst case. I've got 2 players on my bench who will play anyway.
Bench
I'm pretty okay with it. No.
Oh, you want to.
I am.
You want to.
So I'll read you my bench and tell you why I'm not going to play a bench boost. Neeland doesn't play in the Premier League anymore. Brewster
doesn't play in the Premier League anymore.
Shouldn't play in the Premier League anymore. I've got Dallas. Fine. He's 2 points every week, maybe. And Dunn, who got dropped after week 2 and is still in my team somehow.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, that's got bench boost written all over it. I don't know what you're contemplating there, mate. I'll just whip it in there.
You're right. You know what? Done. Bench boost inactive.
Excellent. I mean, I did hint before. I did remember that there was an international break, and also coincidentally, I also forgot that there's an international break, and I made a transfer too, which might have been a bit rash. So I took out Ward-Prowse. having bringing him back in.
Whoa.
Because he's just come up as an injury risk, but he's going to be fine. But also, I'm looking at the fixtures of Southampton, and I'm not feeling them. And so I have got him in for Ross Barkley.
Oh,
Whoa. So that's huge. How much was Ross Barkley? Was he 6?
6, yeah.
See, that's good. Honestly, I think I said this in the first couple of weeks. I was looking at him. I think he's going to be a very influential player. Obviously, he's not going to be, Grealish level, but
No, he's not going to be Grealish level, but he will be
1.5 less.
He's definitely influential.
I don't know. I think he could be Grealish level. He gets that far. He's not the same player as Grealish. Grealish is better, but in terms of point potential, I really like the look of Barkley. I think he's a good player. He gets in those forward positions. That cross he did for Watkins' second goal. Oh my god!
That assist.
Fired it across the 6-yard line. He's a great player. I'm a big fan.
I'm glad you mentioned that because that was literally incredible. So I did think that if I can't get Grealish in right now because I've got James Rodriguez and because Everton have got really good fixtures for the next 3. If they don't turn up, I'm sorry, we're going to talk about the fixtures later on, but if they don't turn up in the next game, which is against Fulham, he is out. But
look, at this stage, I could probably go on the pitch and score against Fulham. And this is me. How many months into working from home? Probably haven't seen daylight in a couple of days. Exercise minimal.
You just ping it in there, right? Top bins.
Well, it probably doesn't even have to be. It could probably be midway up. And you know what? They'd probably help me out. They would score an own goal. Just a little cheeky deflection. Just get it in there.
You'll have a little
Some
tiny
of those guys
turn
are
up.
you know what?
Tiny turn. Yeah. So any more changes, Jim? Is it Barkley and that's it?
That's it. Yeah, for now. I'm actually really confident with my with the team I've set up. Shall I run through it? I might as well.
Go for it.
Yeah, do it.
So I've got Matt Ryan against Villa.
Don't like that, but I also have the same.
Yeah, hopefully saves. I put in 8 Nuri in for Kilman at the moment. I have Zuma, Chilwell, Son, Salah, Fernandes, Barkley, Rodriguez, Kane, and Calvert-Lewin. So it's pretty big. My bench is Button. He doesn't play. Kilman, he's been quite consistent. Brewster
Except at the weekend where he got
Ayling.
booked very late in the game like a prick.
Yeah. And Brewster and Ayling on my bench. So it's kind of bare bones.
But they all play. They all play. They all, apart from
That's the
Button,
important
they all touch the green grass.
Yeah.
I think
what's
that's
yours
right.
looking like, Jack? What's yours?
Mine is
Jack, what's yours?
Well, I mean, I say it most weeks. Anything around 60 points for me is good. I got 61. So in terms of that, I'm happy. It's a good week. It could have been better. I was really resenting the fact I didn't have Fernandes. That was really, really killing me.
Oh, why did I not captain him?
Idiot.
Why did I not captain him?
Why didn't we both captain him?
Do you know why? It's because United were against Everton, and I felt like if I captained Fernandes, it's just like a dagger in the heart of all the blue guys. And but I thought we played okay. I think they were going to win.
No, I disagree.
Yeah,
I think Everton played awful.
I did. Well, yeah.
Go on, Jack. Anyway. What's the rest of your team? We could talk about Everton being shit all night. I know I could anyway.
Screw you, motherfucker.
So, no, I mean, 61 points, I'm fine with that. Going into this week, I've got a major problem in Sice. I kept him because I thought it was, part of me was hoping it was just going to be a 1 week when he was out. That obviously wasn't the case. The last 2 weeks I've played with 9 players, which has been quite disappointing actually.
What's your first?
Depends on which side of it you're on.
Sorry, what's your first sub looking like, Jack?
My first sub this week was Ziyech, which kills me. Absolutely kills me.
How many points did he get, Jack? Out of curiosity,
he got 9 points, which would have he would have been one of my highest point scoring players.
You would have finished on 70.
We
that
don't
would have
need
been
to
great.
We don't need to talk about it anymore. No, I took a chance on size because I didn't want to take any minus points. I figured I quite like my league position. I didn't want to go into the negative. And for me to make that worth it, I would have had to have bought in a defender who got a clean sheet last game week. And there wasn't really an obvious candidate. So he will be coming out of my team this week. I don't know who for. It's been an awkward price point at 5.2. He's not expensive. He's not cheap. He's just kind of hanging in there. And I don't know whether he's going to play again. He looks like he's going to be on the sideline. So my team is I'm playing a 3-5-2. I've got McCarthy in goal. At the back.
Sorry, just quickly, I think a 3-5-2 is called a Jez.
It's called a Jez. I'm playing a Jez formation.
It's really not, man.
McCarthy in goal. Robertson, Size, who will be changed. I really don't know who for. Chilwell, who I'm tempted to captain, to be honest, against Newcastle. Part of me thinks that Newcastle won't score, and he's getting forward so much. It could be anyone's. He could be getting as high as points as anyone on my team. Midfield, I've got Salah, Son, Grealish, James Rodriguez, and Ziyech, who is going to have a starting place. Calvert-Lewin, who currently is my captain, actually, Fulham away, and Harry Kane. So, and then I've got Callum Wilson on the bench. He's currently got a bit of a hamstring problem. Hopefully he gets over that soon. If he does get over it, then Ziyech is going to be my first sub again, regretfully, inevitably. And then I've got Mitchell and Branthwaite, who are obviously my dead weight players.
I've just been looking at you know your potential transfer for Sice. What do you think about Matt Target?
It's an interesting one. I saw he got an assist on the weekend. Part of me thinks I like to get players that I actually think are good footballers. Because I feel not only like you can look at FPL points potential, but like Lundstrom as an example last season, not the best player, but you had to have him because he was an out of field position. Matt Target, I look at Matt Target and think if I'm resorting to the fact that I'm going to get Matt Target in my FPL team, I might as well just finish it now. It kind of makes me sick, the thought of getting him in.
My reason being because of fixtures, you know.
The fixtures are great, and I wouldn't mind a Villa goal. I don't have Martinez in goal, and I wouldn't mind a cheaper route into the Villa defence. The only other person I've been looking at, and I've noticed not many teams do have him, is Corfowl, who plays for West Ham. He's the right back there. He joined in the summer.
Oh yeah.
He hasn't missed a game. Hasn't missed a minute even. He's played the full 90 minutes. He's got 2 clean sheets, 2 assists, and he's got 5 bonus points in the process, and he's 4.5. Even better, only 1.5% of teams actually have him. So I feel like he could be a bit of a differential if I didn't want to stretch to Creswell, who's I think 5.1 now.
Honestly, I think that's the smart choice. I don't see that much more coming from Cresswell than from Kufal.
Well, I think Creswell's a better player, but I think in terms of point, like they're going to be, apples for apples for the rest of the season. And he's definitely going to start. He's going to play every game, so he could be a good solution. Even better, if I can drop the value from him to Sice, then I've got an extra 0.6 in the bank, which does allow me to upgrade James Rodriguez to Ziyech, which is kind of what I'm looking to do in the coming weeks as well. So it could be a nice one to play.
Who would you get in? Who would you bring Ziyech on for?
I would take out James Rodriguez and put in Ziyech. The one thing that I'm looking at my team, we said it last pod, is I don't have any City players in here, and that's concerning. I want to get De Bruyne in at some point. I don't know how.
You know what? No, I don't think so. Not this season. He's going to score points. Don't get me wrong. I don't think he's going to be the best value player for 11.5.
He's not going to be like he was last season.
He's not going to be as prolific as he was last season. Someone like Mo Salah, he's going to score goals, but when you're KDB and by and large you're looking for assists, I think are something that's harder to be consistent at than goals. If you play the same way week in, week out in your quality and you score goals, you will continue to score goals, you would think.
I mean,
Mo Salah will score goals.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Kevin De Bruyne is going to get as many assists, and that makes him less interesting to me.
It was either that or Fernandez. Fernandez.
I think
I
he's
remember
a
getting
must.
him in. I got him in pretty early in last season when he joined United in January. And going into the season, I thought, how the hell would I not have him? He was that good. And I haven't had him in all season, and I'm starting to get a bit itchy feet that I need him there. But it's one of those where the only players I can take out for him would be one of Son or Kane. And I don't know who that's going to be, but I don't like the idea of having two Tottenham players who are that expensive on the run of fixtures that they have. So one of them is going to make way. I don't know who yet. And,
Honestly, Jack,
Yep.
and I was going to prompt you with this question as well. I think I might have to get Son out. And I think...
Whoa.
Yeah, because he skyrocketed in value. They have got a horrific run of games. He has kind of blanked 2 weeks in a row. And don't get me wrong, I love Son. He's great. He's incredible. One of the best players in the Premier League right now. And I just think it might be wise to capitalise on the money that you made from him now to bring in someone like... If you can get Fernandez in, who's in great form, amazing. I would get him in for maybe Ziyech or even Grealish if I kept Rodriguez. But I think to get him out now, to bring him back in later on might be a wise call. I'm not getting rid of Kane. He's just too prolific.
I'm not sure I agree with you because you get rid of him now. So you got him in for, what did he start at? 9.
Yeah.
You're going to sell him. He's now 9.6. So you'll get him out for 9.3.
Yeah.
Then you're telling me you're going to transfer him back in later in the season for 9.6 again?
Potentially. He might have gone less.
Oh, I don't think that's smart, personally.
Yeah, but do you think they're going to turn up against City at home?
Look, Spurs are the type of team, they will score goals in almost every game they play, regardless to whether they win or not.
No, you're right. He is an asset
I'm not having
have.
Son in there to get the 1 point clean sheet bonus. I don't give a fuck. He is staying in my team because he will do bits. He's going to be feeding the ball to Kane, and Kane will score.
Yeah,
well, he will, but if there's I just feel like I need to make a choice, and if I do need to do that, you cannot get rid of Harry Kane. Like, he is essential.
You can't.
He's that good.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Can't.
If you do have to make a choice and it comes down to it, I think getting Fernandez in for Son does make sense, but I also think it's pretty early in the season still, and I wouldn't want to be paying for him again at an inflated price.
But he's also going to be worth it, because I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd rate Son easy at 10.5, even higher. I would rate him higher than Rodriguez. Not obviously Rodriguez, but Fernandez. And
incorrect.
I would rate him higher than Fernandez, absolutely. This is Son we're talking about.
Yeah, I actually would. I love Son. I think he's great. I think he makes things work.
Yeah. I would easily pay 10.5 for Son. Without question.
Every time I've had him in fantasy football, he's always done me good. There's no question about that.
That's my point. Why he's never let you down, Jim? At the start of the season, you said one of the biggest mistakes you ever made was getting Son out in the previous seasons you played. Yeah,
it's been
so why are we having
3
a
seasons
conversation
in a
about
row.
getting Son out?
Why am I doing it now?
He's been a huge setup king. Yeah, he's blanked 2 weeks in a row. Okay, but that just means that he's on it for this week.
Yeah, I guess so. But also, my reason being is that could I get someone in a little bit cheaper who is turning up? So yeah, that could be one of Grealish, Ziyech. The list can go on with the midfielders for an interim period to bring him back in. But like you said, I have been stung so many times with that. And with the way Man City are playing, I can imagine Spurs absolutely running riot, but I don't know. Then they've got Chelsea, they've got Arsenal, then they've got Palace, and then they've got Liverpool away.
The fixtures are
honestly, I think those fixtures look worse on paper than they do in reality. Liverpool aren't playing that well. Arsenal are a championship side.
Yeah, but also you got to remember is that all these sides are playing they're playing in Europe. They are getting fatigued. I've already started to see Spurs fatiguing, Liverpool fatiguing, United fatiguing. Like all of them are in Europe at the moment. They're fatiguing already, and we're coming up to the Christmas period, like the busiest period in football. They're gonna Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to call it.
We've seen it the rotation. We've seen it so many times. This is actually what scares me, not only for City, but Chelsea in particular.
Yeah.
I feel like Ziyech, he may have got 20 points 3 weeks in a row. You could still see Lampard benching him. That's like not unrealistic to see that happen. That's the one thing that puts me off when you've got players like, Chelsea going forward. They've got Havertz, Werner, Ziyech, Abraham, Giroud, Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi. Like, there's so many options that they have in midfield that it just begs the question that you can't have, if you've got 7, arguably top league players there, you can't play. You're playing no more than 4 of them. 3 of them are going to be benched. It's very, very difficult to try and navigate through that. And we've already seen a bit of rotation already.
Yeah, look at Jorginho. Jesus, like, he's been playing excellent. He's been banging in. Well, he was, and then he started to miss some penalties, and then he's completely out. So
I didn't mention an 8th person to throw in there, Mason Mount. He's
Mount. Jesus,
Christ, they've got big players in there. It would worry me. I feel like there is going to be a rotation risk at some point.
Yeah.
Look, I don't doubt that, but I think that the point of rotation is not quite yet. I think in 3 or 4 weeks' time, let's start talking about
those
that.
Those are Jez's famous words when Ziyech is benched.
Do you know what? If I've taken an extra -4 to get him in and he doesn't start, and I end up with Brewster playing,
I swear this is good. This has just got gold written all over it. That is going to happen.
Look, I don't want to threaten shooting myself for the 3rd week in a row.
You've done it.
If Ziyech starts on the bench, I will shoot myself. I don't remember what I threatened to shoot myself last week. I don't remember what it was for. Did that pay off? What did you score? You got 74 points with the -4. You got 70 points. 70 points.
Who did you bring in for that -4?
I brought in Kilman and I brought in Bamford. Yeah.
Well, both of them did. Bamford did all right for you. Right.
Yeah, Bamford scored. That was good. And I got him in for Mitrovic, who did fuck all. And I think, did he get booked? Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fulham, just real quick, Lookman's penalty.
Oh my God!
His career is over.
Do you know what? I have been. I'm always quite fascinated by like the worst teams in the league. I was looking at Fulham and thinking, how could this be any worse? Like, what is it that they're doing? Like, their defense is shocking. Going forward, they're very, Mitrovic has just not been doing it. So Lookman, to his credit, he actually hasn't been too bad. He's arguably been their best player the last few weeks.
Yeah,
and then he has an opportunity to. It's not even getting 1 point on the board. It's not having your rivals having 3 points. And he's what did he do? He scuffed the ground before he hit the ball. It was one of the worst penalties I've ever seen.
I feel so bad for him.
The funniest thing was Scott Parker's interview afterwards. Oh my God! If you haven't had a chance to have a look at it, go and see it now. He's laying into him, saying how players should never take penalties like that. You smack it in the back of the net like you mean it. It's very, very good.
Jesus. Well, he's not going to be doing that again, is he? Like, he's not going to be given that opportunity again.
No, he
Poor
won't.
guy.
No, he won't.
Poor guy, because he's got it in his bag to pull out a fucking worldie, but...
He does. I think he's one of those players who will end up at a different club next year when Fulham inevitably get relegated.
Yeah.
I think somebody's going to swoop for him. He'll be worth, I don't know, is he on loan? I'm not sure. But if he's not, he'll be... Okay. So he'll probably go out on loan to another Premier League club. Again, probably close to the bottom of the table, but... Hopefully, with
he was at Everton for a bit, but I don't think. I think we sold him. I can't remember. I don't know if he's at loan at Everton. I'm not sure.
No, he was sold to Leipzig 2 years ago for I think upwards of 18, maybe 20 million pounds. It was a big sale, and now he's on a season-long loan. I think he'll come good. I think he'll do all right for Fulham. He's going nowhere near my FPL team. But,
correct.
Absolutely not.
I think he'll do all right for him.
Just one last thing. Oh, actually, so I'm going to share my team with you. I realized that I said I was going to, and I never did. So from back to front this week, I'm looking at Matt Ryan in goal. I've got Max Kilman at the back, Chilwell, and James Justin. I'm going to play a Jez, which is a 3-5-2 as well.
Why do you keep insisting it's yours? Yeah,
because it is. And shut up.
Are you still fifth? Are you still fifth in the league?
I think I'm sixth, you'll find. Wait, am I? No, I am fifth. Oh, that's
there
great
you
news.
go.
That's great news. And I'm going to be in fourth place. Sorry, Jack, after this week. Because who is going to be my captain? Bruno Fernandes against West Brom.
Yes.
Oh, dirty.
Sorry, he's scoring points.
Yeah.
Then I've got Mo Salah, Heung-min Son, got Ziyech, and I've got Grealish rounding out the midfield. And up front, Harry Kane and Patrick Bamford.
Not gonna lie, it's a
best team in
huge
the league.
midfield, and it's a good up front. Bamford on the bandwagon.
On the bandwagon,
yeah.
Yes.
And obviously Kane. Yeah. It's really good, and you should be climbing up, but you won't be, and it's going to be hilarious.
You're right.
Jack, who are you captaining? Who are you captaining?
Honestly, two. I'm debating it between Calvert-Lewin and Ben Chilwell. I love the look of Chilwell. I really do.
Please, Captain Ben Chilwell. I really want to overtake you this weekend. Please do.
No, honestly, I don't say
Newcastle. So
I remember the only time I considered captaining a defender was a few times actually, but last season and Trent last year. Yeah, I looked at him and I thought this guy gets point. I wouldn't be surprised if Ben Chilwell's picking up a clean sheet and some attacking return. And if he's doing both of those things, chances are he's in the bonus point conversation as well.
Thing is, your midfield, you've got enough good players in there who will do bits.
Well,
I think
you say that.
I think a default is Mo Salah. He's going to score points. He will score.
I like Leicester. I don't think.
Yeah, look, I like Leicester too, but Liverpool are going to score.
And also,
I think Leicester are going to score
missing
as well,
that penalty. What the fuck?
Oh my god! Yeah, but it didn't matter in the end.
No, it didn't.
He scores when he wants. He misses pens when he wants. Just let.
Yeah.
I don't want to criticize Vardy. He's a great player, and
I'm not criticizing. I'm just thinking that's It's unlike him to do that.
True. I just want to speak about one more player before we get into the transfers in and out, and that's Shea Adams. So he scored at the weekend, and with Danny Ings out until some point in the future after just having had surgery on his knee, he could be one to look at.
I mean, possibly, and even Ward-Prowse, and you know full well that Ward-Prowse and Shea are going to do something, but their fixtures aren't particularly great, and that's why I thought it forced my hand with Ward-Prowse getting that injury. He's probably going to be fine to start against Wolves away, but I don't fancy Southampton away to Wolves. But they are a threat. They've been proven to be a threat. Yeah, Southampton were top of the league for a couple of hours before Leicester, so they are proven to be a threat. And Shea's going to continue it, but I just don't think they're going to be as good as they were. But they've been proven us all wrong. So let's see about that.
That's fair.
And I just hope I don't regret taking him out, but I'm happy with getting Barkley in. I think their fixtures. I
think that's a smart choice.
I hope so. But he's no Grealish. As in
Well, according to Jack, he is.
Yes, I mean.
Jack is soon to be in sixth place, so who knows?
Yeah, I just mean so Grealish and Watkins is kind of like having. At the start of the season, having James Rodriguez and Calvert-Lewin or Son and Kane, they are big to have in. And I've got two of those six. I've got four of those six, and I don't have Grealish and Watkins, and it's been proven to be very, very beneficial. One of our friends in our league has also benefited from that. So
he has.
Massively.
Shout out to Jake the Snake.
Jake the Snake
is exactly what his name suggests. He's a snake who has been slithering to the top of the league through Aston Villa of all teams.
Yeah.
Jack, why don't you tell us what the top 10 transfers in and out are this week?
I will. So we are recording this on a Tuesday the 10th. We've still got another week and a half left of transfers, but there's already been quite a few made already. So we'll start off with the top transfers in so far. So unsurprisingly, we've talked about him a lot today. Ziyech is in there at number one.
Correct.
Bruno is number 2.
Also correct.
Mm-hmm.
Grealish is number 3.
Also correct.
Chilwell is number 4.
Jack, stop listing my team.
Jesus Christ. I've got a deja vu. Jez has turned into me. Jesus.
I'm gonna break.
I don't know if I'm that much of a prick. Come on.
I'm gonna break the chain. You got it.
No, I was just about to say he's not that much of a prick. No, but also he's not top of the table either. So
that would be you.
Yeah, would past tense, because in a couple of weeks' time it will not. Go on.
Sure. Go on, Jack.
Number 5 is Yannick Vestergaard for Southampton.
He is on my radar. I want him in.
But like Southampton haven't got good fixtures, but he is excellent. I do rate him. Yeah, I rated him last season.
I want him to get his fat meat head behind the ball and stick it in the back of the net. That's what I want.
He's 8'3". He's up from the back. Yannick Vestergaard, he scores again. Bamford is number 6.
Also correct.
Ollie Watkins, number 7.
Incorrect.
You got Diogo Jota, number 8. Kurt Zuma, number 9.
Sorry, can we talk about Jota?
Let's talk about Jota.
Because
we should do.
I did say last pod, like, you know, he should be someone that you're looking at. And I was berated by you two going, well, until he starts,
Yeah,
he started.
And then he started. So we're not going to berate you this time. If he starts next week, you best believe he's gone into some teams. I mean, he's going into some teams this week.
Yeah, as a midfielder as well, being that attacking, you know, we've already seen him when he was at Wolves. He is prolific already. And he seems to be gelling in quite well for Liverpool.
Well,
it pains me to say, but like it was a very smart choice to bring him in by Klopp.
Yep,
he's a good pick. I mean, he's cheap, 6.5. He's not going to start. He's not going to play 90 minutes every week, is he? So that's the one thing that would always worry me. You know, when you think he's a similar price to, well, we've been talking about Barkley, you know, a handful of others around that price point. He's a great option, and to play, you know, in that front three for, you know, one of the best teams in the world. For that price, it's worth considering. But it's one of them where if he's not going to play the full 90, there are other options, I feel. I don't think he's nailed on.
Yeah. That's
fair.
And the last person on this list was James Ward-Prowse, who's still getting transfers in.
Oh.
Well, he's just come out. I'm probably going to regret it again, but let's see how it goes.
I'm not sure. I think he's peaked for the season. I think he will do some bits later on in the season. He is a quality player. I think that his best point scoring weeks are behind him though.
I mean, I see him as being like the Jack Grealish of Southampton in a way. Like
I think Grealish does more on the ball, and Ward-Prowse obviously does more from dead balls. So it just depends which way you want to go.
It's worth remembering that week he got an assist and 2 goals. All three. The assist was a corner, and the 2 goals were direct free kicks, as you say, Jess. Like he's great on a dead ball, but he's not often going to have 2 free kicks right on the edge of the box. You know, whereas Jack Grealish, he's just the true nature of a playmaker. He's the one that pulls the strings. I think he's a much better bet.
That's very fair. I'm actually regretting not having him in. So both of you have Jack Grealish in, and I feel like I'm not going to stay top of the league if I
feel that same way, which is why I told you to go fuck yourself about 10 minutes prior to this.
You did, but let's see, like I said, with my boy Hammers, let's see what he does against Fulham.
Your boy Hammers will do fucking nothing.
Well, let's just see. I mean, he's much better than Jack Grealish, but let's just see. I
think they're both quality, to be fair.
Yes, but
I wouldn't say that he's much better than Jack Grealish. Come on.
He is. It's a fact. Anyway,
it's
Jack,
not a fact.
If
we're hang on now. Before we move on, this needs to be settled. If we're talking 2014 James Rodriguez, sure.
What
we're
was
talking 2020
Jack Grealish doing in 2014?
I don't know, some birds from his uni or go to uni high school.
Is the question who's better, Jack Grealish or James Rodriguez?
Yeah.
James Rodriguez.
Done.
Yeah, but is he
2-1, Jez? We're done.
Is he? The question is not is he better. The question is he
transfers
much better?
Out this week?
You are a prick, Jim.
top transfers out. Actually, I'm skimming my eyes over this list, and 5 of my squad are in this list, which is deeply
Hence
desponding.
sixth place.
That's excellent. Please tell me who they are.
We'll go from the top. No surprises. Trent Alexander-Arnold is number 1.
Mm-hmm.
He's also picked up an injury now. Danny Ings, number 2. Again, the injury would have been a big part there. Son is number 3. Seiss.
Wow. Whoa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's huge.
I don't want to be losing value on Son.
A lot of people are looking at the fixtures, I think.
He's been the most fluctuated valued player of this season.
Oh, no question.
Yeah.
No question. Oh, he's such a good player. Number 4 is Seiss, unsurprisingly. Number 5 is Mitchell, who's also in my team. Number 6 is Callum Wilson, who's also in my team.
You've still got Mitchell? Oh, gee.
Jack,
number 7 is James Rodriguez, who is also in my team.
And
he will come good. They've got 3 good fixtures in a row. He's going to be doing bits.
Yeah,
I think people who've taken him out have made a huge mistake.
Luke Castagna is in there at number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
Number 9 is... Sorry, it's not Luke, is it? It's Timothy Castagna.
Sure.
Jorginho is number 9. And he's in this list again. Raul Jimenez is number 10.
What does he have to do?
I don't know what he has to do. He's scored every other game this season, and which is by all accounts a decent return. He's got Southampton at home next. He's going to score. There's no question. He's going to score in that game.
It's just because he's 8.5 million. We've said it before, but his value is actually letting him down there.
To be fair, if you compare him to Bamford this season, who's now 6 million,
exactly.
Why am I spending the extra 2.5 to get less value?
Exactly,
and that's set up though all season. He's scoring 19 goals this season. He's going to be right up there with the Golden Boot. Like he's so
I heard
good.
So,
I love Raul Jimenez. He's such a good player.
Yeah.
And even more important, without him, Wolves have very little going forward. I've got to say, they don't score enough goals.
Yeah.
I
think the only reason I would consider not having Jimenez at the moment. So Traore has been non-existent thus far this season, and I think he really helped in making opportunities for Jimenez. So it's not that he's doing bad at the moment because he's doing great, but I think he would be scoring more often if Traore would pull his finger out and do something.
Yeah, I back that. Jay, do you want to go into fixtures?
Let's do it. First up we have Newcastle, Chelsea.
I mean, it's Chelsea, and it's going to be 3-0.
Okay, wrong, Jack.
With Callum Wilson potentially out, I think he will come back. To be honest, they need him up top. I don't think Newcastle are going to score. I'm gonna go 2-0 Chelsea.
Guys, I just want to say this here and now. I hate myself for saying it, but I think Chelsea might win the league this year.
Whoa.
So I think I said that at the start of the season. I reckon Chelsea. Whoa,
oh, did you now?
What I said.
That's
I
funny.
don't remember.
Oh, did you? Huh. Okay. You might have, to be fair.
Yeah, which is strange because then I proceeded to get no Chelsea players on my team for 8 weeks.
And I thought they were going to turn up really big with Werner and Havertz, and obviously, we all know what happened there. But they still have a very good depth in squad, and as Jack just previously mentioned, they are scoring literally for fun.
They're scoring lots of goals. They're conceding very few. That's exactly what you need to do to win the league. So I think they'll be up there. Don't get me wrong. I can see them falling away with a busy fixture schedule. Frank Lampard's going to win it. He's going to want to win a trophy, so he's going to be,
I mean, I hope they don't win. Yeah.
Totally. I hope they don't win either.
But I can see it happening. I
do think it'll be close though this season. I think it'll be a really tight title race. I think you'll have Leicester in the mix. I think they're just doing so well. I think they'll have the legs as well to do it. I don't think United, I don't think Arsenal will be there. I think Tottenham have got a good chance if they keep their players fit and they stop conceding.
Look at it right now. You've got Leicester, Spurs, Liverpool, Southampton, Aston Villa. No, sorry, Chelsea, sorry, then Aston Villa, then Everton. Like you're looking, Man City are in 10th place, Arsenal are in 11th place.
It's important
Man
to note that Man
United
City
are
have got a game in hand.
14th. Yeah, there is a game in hand with some of them. It is, as you said, Jack. It's going to be a weird league this year, and it is going to be
I hope so.
really tight. It is, but it's going to be very entertaining. Yeah, I know we've just gone off the first fixture here, but
getting back to it,
mad.
so it's going to be Chelsea 2-1. I think Callum Wilson's going to score and ruin the clean sheet. Don't get me wrong, I want it to be a clean sheet for Chelsea. I just don't see it happening up in Newcastle as well. So second up, we got Villa Brighton.
I think it's going to be a great game. I think you're looking at two sides who, Brighton, they've been on the wrong end of some results, but I think they've got the players to give Villa a really good go. I think it'll be a draw. I've got 2-2 for this game.
Wow.
Ooh.
I was going to say 1-1. I prefer 2-2 just for entertainment value. I would like Matt Ryan to have a lot of saves. I think Brighton will concede, but I do feel like they're going to put up a huge fight as well. Like, Brighton have played, honestly, reasonably really quite well, but they've been quite unlucky. But Villa are on a different level at the moment, and I think they might edge it, but I'm going to go with a 1-1.
I think Villa are on a decent run. I think it's going to be 2-1 to Villa. Burnley Palace.
I think
we do this every week. This is going to be the worst game of the week by far.
I'd rather watch paint dry than watch this game.
Yep.
This is as bleak can get. I mean, it's going to be 1-0 to Palace. It's going to be a Wilfried Zaha goal, and there's going to be 3 shots in the whole game. One of them's on target, and it happens to be the goal.
Yep, I agree with that.
I would like it to be a Burnley win. Big up the North, and it'll be 1-0 to Burnley. Yeah,
Wow.
1-0 to Burnley.
All right, that's wrong, but that's fine. You will be going back down the table because you can't pick fixtures. Fulham, Everton.
Well,
I would love Fulham to pick off Everton just for the sake of next week's pod.
I mean,
That's what I would love.
it's probably gonna happen. Like,
No, it's not because like.
oh, dude, can you imagine
how
that
Fulham gonna
Mitrovic?
score?
Have you got Mitrovic in your
No.
side? Okay,
No.
so now Mitrovic is gonna get a hat trick against Everton.
Oh, he fucking will too.
He will, you know he's going to do it. He's going to do it
kind
to
of prick.
piss you off, and he's going to ruin my fucking life. And he's going to get.
He's been looking at the socials. He's been seeing me criticize him. He listens to the pod.
I'm
Alexander, if you're listening to this
Yeah.
and you score a hat trick next week, I will shoot myself.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And then I'm going to be second in the league, and it's going to be awful. Yeah, I can just see it happening. Should it be a 4-0 win for Everton? Absolutely. But is it going to happen? No, it's going to be. It's going to be 3-1 to Fulham.
disagree.
I can just see it.
Incorrect. It's going to be 3-0 to Everton. James is going to score 1 and assist 2.
I think it's going to be 2-1 to Everton. I think Lookman is going to score. It won't be a penalty, but he will score. And DCL is going to get the other 2.
Nice.
Whoa. Okay. Liverpool Leicester.
Good game. This will be a good game.
Yep.
God, the score is tight. 1-1. I think Leicester are going to pull out a draw, and it's going to be a really, really hard-fought one.
I'm going to say 2-1 to Leicester.
Wow.
I think it's going to be entertaining, and I think, also I hope, but I think Leicester, they can bring it. They can have those difficult games and cause an upset.
I think Leicester are a very strong side this season. I'm not loving Liverpool too much at the moment, but I think at home they're not going to lose. I think it's going to be 2-2. Manchester United West Brom, 65-0.
All Bruno Fernandes. Thank you, please.
Correct.
My captain, our saviour.
This will
Yes.
be
In Bruno we trust.
for me. This is men against boys. I think this will be a 6-0 crushing by United.
Yeah.
I think West Brom are going to absolutely fall apart here.
I hope so. Also,
Yeah, I think we all hope so.
guys,
Well, actually, not Jack because he's not smart enough to get Fernandes in. But those of us with brains hope so.
I know we're tight on time and we want to keep it down, but I mean, I was watching Everton and United at the weekend, obviously, I was watching it with my flatmate, who's a United fan, and well, we went in there knowing full well that I was gonna, keep it quiet. I wasn't gonna say anything because he doesn't want to watch any football with me because he says I've ruined it. I've ruined it because of my FPL. I've ruined any game we watch with the Premier League. It's all about my FPL. Blah 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 blah. He's completely correct. He's absolutely right. But I promised him that I wasn't going to mention anything about it. To the point now, I've ruined it even for him. So yeah, I had to rein it in when we got that goal, and then obviously.
That explains why you forgot we were doing the podcast and was 30 minutes late.
Yeah, yeah. And then, I'm just trying to say, that game has ruined, my living situation and also, everything. Anyway, FPL will ruin any Premiership. Honestly, I think I prefer to support my FPL than anything else. That's big.
If only you could have a team that was winning stuff and play FPL at the same time.
Yeah.
What must that be like? Wolves, Southampton.
Oh, God. Another good game, I think. This should be tight. It's 1-1, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
I think Wolves are going to take this one purely because Danny Ings is injured. I think I'd probably be giving it the other way if he was playing. Spurs, Man City.
Spurs. I think Spurs will do this. I think it's going to be 2-1.
Huge.
Yeah.
Jack?
I think 2-1 City.
I think it's going to be a 2-2 draw.
No.
All right. So, Sheffield, West Ham.
Oh, no. This is going to be a dull game. Come on. This is nearly on par with Burnley. Palace.
Hang on, let's not compare West Ham to Burnley or Palace. Come on.
This is one of those games that could go. This could go anyway. I think West Ham are going to win it. I'm going to say 2-0, but it equally wouldn't surprise me if Brewster scores a hat trick and everyone's talking about him and rushing to get him into their team next week. I have no idea. 2-0 West Ham.
I am going to agree with 2-0 West Ham.
No, I don't know. I think it's going to be a 1-0 and it'll be either way. It's going to be really shit to watch.
Go on, make a prediction. Who's winning?
I said 1-0. Sheffield.
Yeah, to who?
Sheffield. Big up the North. Fuck it. Said it. Done.
All right.
Are
you gonna stick with big up the North in this last fixture? I think I am.
100%. Yes. Oh. Yeah, Jack, what is the result with Leeds and Arsenal? Your goodness. You gooner.
Who knows after last week? I'm going to back Arsenal. I do think they'll do it.
Wrong.
And I'm going to go 2-1.
Okay, wrong. Jim?
Do you know, I think they're going to play very open both sides. It's actually going to, I think, I'm looking forward to this. It should be entertaining. I think they're going to play, like I said, play very open. There'll be a lot of goals. I think it'll be 3-2. And honestly, I can see an upset. And I'm going to say 3-2 to Leeds.
I'll raise your 3-2. 4-3 to Leeds.
What?
Oh.
There's going to be no defense played. We already know that Leeds can't defend.
Yeah.
Arsenal are a bit of a joke. Leeds can attack. Aubameyang's going to score a double because he's probably going to play a bit more central. Bamford's also going to score a double. There'll be an own goal and a penalty.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can't see it being 4-3, but I mean, it's not much difference from a 3-2. But
you also can't see me going up the table, but that's going to happen as well.
No, I can't see that happening. Jack will be up the table before you will be.
Not my team, mate. Half my team's in a transferred out list.
They are, but Jack, what are you doing with that? I don't get it.
I'm looking at your point total, 19 points. It's happening this week.
I just don't. Why have you still got Mitchell? Why haven't you got rid of Saiss yet? I'm confused, mate. Someone of your FPL experience, pedigree, great word. What is happening?
I didn't want to lose minus points. I can't be dropping down the league as much as I have been doing. I need to turn it around, but it's hard. It's a hard game. It's just not my season.
Yeah. But
Fair.
to be fair, the last two you've been over 50 points, which is a very solid week each time. And I think you're managing your average, and I think it's going to be fine.
Just need a couple of those tiny turn-ups and maybe you're back in contention.
Tiny turn-ups. Yes.
That's all it is.
Correct. Guys, I think that's it for this week. Just before we go, let's just shout out if you want to join our FPL mini league, you can do so with the code DKSORK. That's DKSORK. If you have an excellent name, we may shout you out on the podcast. An excellent team name, that is. This week, we've had Sebastian Liesel join our mini league with Mein Bergkampf.
Brilliant.
That's
Love
excellent.
it.
Guys, this is great. Go follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. I don't know, stalk us maybe.
Stalk Jazz.
Yeah, please don't. Yeah, just do whatever you can. Follow this podcast, share, subscribe, like it. All of the things that indicate that it's a good podcast.
You're welcome. You're all welcome.